the 389th day of the Sex Offender Administration. The nomination of Jeremy Carl, the Trump administration's pick for a senior diplomatic role overseeing relations with international organizations, was in peril Thursday after a key Republican senator said he would oppose this nomination because of social media posts and podcasts in which Carl espoused controversial comments about Jewish people and Israel. Jeremy Carl did not see what was so controversial about his posts. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security has said Marimar Martinez, a 31-year-old Montessori school teacher, on October 4th followed federal Border Patrol agents, blocked them, and rammed her vehicle into them before Border Patrol agent Charles Exum shot her 5 times. Footage from an officer's body camera and surveillance video do not show agents boxed in or Martinez ramming them as she and other demonstrators followed federal agents to alert neighbors to their presence. I'd say DHS lies with reckless abandon, except they're wrecking everything. Federal judges in Albany, New York appointed a new U.S. attorney on Wednesday. 79-year-old former prosecutor and registered Republican Donald T. Kinsella. Their choice lasted less than 5 hours on the job before Trump had him fired. Trump wanted a judge from his short list, if you call the Epstein list short. Department of Homeland Security, which houses agencies focused on immigration, disaster response, and cybersecurity, is on track to shut down Saturday as lawmakers leave town without a funding agreement. Democrats laid out 10 demands to restrict agents' aggressive tactics as a condition for funding DHS. DHS laid out 10 body bags for any Republicans that vote with the Democrats. This has been a Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for February 13th, 2026. The 389th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on MindDog TV.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
I don't know.
We got a cup of coffee in here, please.
Don't know.
Damn good coffee.
Don't forget to push the button.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Yeah. Oh, the sign. The sign. The sign is
My dog is your mind's best friend.
It's going.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
Like that? I did that for you. That's what I do for you. There's like pill bottles you see in there. It's not really a pill bottle, it's just CBD, by the way. Which I don't like it. Don't like it. Anyway, good morning, folks. It's Friday the 13th. Friday, February 13th, 2026. Looks like we almost made it through another week. We'll see. If we make it through this day, it's another week. Chalk it up. Yeah. Okay. Steph Sigma is our scheduled guest today. I know there are some time zone issues, and not sure exactly where the hell she is. I know she's from North Carolina. That's what GD told me, and that's within the copy. But last night, somewhere here, she tried to contact, popped in at 9:15 p.m. Eastern, which is 9:15 a.m. WST. WST, I believe, is Australia. Is she in Australia? I don't know. But then she said she would try again this morning, which is she's supposed to be on at 10:15 Eastern. There's confusion here. She scheduled it for 10:15 Eastern. She said she popped in at 9:15 Eastern, which is 10:15 WST. I believe WST because it's not Western Standard Time, right? Or maybe it is Western Standard Time, but that's not Pacific Time. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, good day. Good. Enjoy your Bad Luck Friday. Yesterday was I was bitching and moaning about going to this paint party. It was just fabulous, fabulous. I'm glad I got out because it was probably the best day of this winter so far, at least here on Long Island. It was sunshiny. It was not very cold. It was cold. It's winter cold, but it wasn't brutal Arctic cold, and it was a very pleasant experience. And the people I went to paint with, nicest people in the world, nicest people in the world, nicest people in the world. And of course, well, I'm not even going to say that, but they run an organization here on Long Island called CDLI, Community Developers from Long Island. And I said, what do you do? Well, we help people pay the rent. Wow, you help people pay the rent. Wow, I'm sure people will be lining up for that. Because I don't know if you know this about America, but this is the golden age. And according to my notes here, it says the golden age means the rich get rich and everybody else takes it on the chin. And when I say takes it on the chin, you know I'm talking about what they're taking on their chin. Not good. Anyway, so there's a lot of people that need help, and they help people find work, and they help people figure out how to do a budget and live by the budget. Good people. CDLI.org. If you're on Long Island and you need help, check them out. I'm going to be saying this every day for the rest of my life, or as long as I do this. CDLI.org. Great people. It's a nonprofit. These people work hard to help people. Does my heart good to know that there's people. And you know what? They're trying to help people find resources within government programs. Now, a lot of those have been cut to shit by the golden age. But, they're still out there working for people. And so good for them. And I'm sure, listen, nonprofit jobs, they ain't high-paying jobs. These people are working hard. And so it's a privilege for me to actually do a party for these people and give back a little bit. Anyway, so Steph Sigma might be here at some point today, depending on time zones and what the hell WST means. And then we'll talk to right now. I want to tell you about something. Can I tell you about something? Am I allowed to tell you about something? This is what I'd like to tell you about. If you hear that count off, put that count off a little bit. Wine Express. Can I tell you about Wine Express? WineExpress.com is the exclusive wine shop partner of the Wine Enthusiast. Wine Enthusiast catalog and website, which have been providing quality wine accessories and storage for 40 years. During that time, they served millions of satisfied customers and built a loyal following of avid wine lovers. It's only natural then for them to have teamed up with the great wine shop to bring their customers fine quality at value prices. And speaking of value prices, right now, you can hook up with this President's Day stuff. President's Day, they used to have individual birthdays, Lincoln, Washington. Now they combined all these presidents. And some of them, you don't really want to wish them a happy birthday. And most of them, birthday isn't in February. But so President's Day is really Lincoln and Washington's birthday. I think it's next Monday or this coming Monday. I don't know. But right now they have the President's Day sale. 80% off. You learned that right. 80% off. And where they got that number from for President's Day, your guess is as good as mine. But there's a link in the description. It's Wine Express via Noga. You see it right there in front of your face. It's in the description, so you can click on it and get your wine. Stop whining. People are whining too much. Oh, no, you're not whining enough. Anyway, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Maybe it's a little too late for you to get wine for now, but order your wine for President's Day and you can wine out, right? You bunch of whiners. Okay, can we remove the damn thing? Man, the production team around here sucks. Ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now is a man who never whines about wine, GD Fenderson. Good morning, GD.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. Valentine's Day is around the corner, just like where the fudge is made. So go to MindDogTV.com and order something today. So maybe they'll get it by next Valentine's Day. You slacker. You should have ordered this last week. But even if you don't order something for Valentine's Day, order something for my conception day, which was tomorrow. 67 years ago tomorrow, I was conceived. So congratulations to me. Thank you.
One of the biggest mistakes ever in the universe. You talk about the Big Bang, man. This is just
That's right. That was
just a mistake. It was a mistake. And so we shouldn't celebrate mistakes. Now there's
a difference between according to my esteemed comedy career, there's a difference between a fuck up and a screw up.
The
difference is you can fix a screw up, you can't fix a fuck up.
There was a Men at Work song. It's a mistake.
Yeah,
but to me, it always sounded like fix a mistake.
It's an old
a steak.
It's a restaurant thing. He goes, the video was shot in a restaurant. He's going, it's a mistake. It's a mistake.
Yeah.
Somebody was trying to take it from him.
Right. Your friend Steph Sigma, is she in Australia or something? What is WST?
Maybe. Well, the W is next to the E, so maybe it's EST.
Maybe it's a typo. Is that what you're saying? It's a typo.
I don't know. It's also next to the Q, so it could be QST. I don't know. Or maybe they left out a letter and they meant WEST.
It's Western Samoa time. WST. She's probably not in Western Samoa, right?
I don't know the answer to that.
I don't think there's a big comedy.
It's not that Steph was forbidden from traveling.
No, but I don't think there's much of a comedy scene in Western Samoa.
Are you kidding?
There is.
Are you kidding?
Well, yeah, I am kidding.
That's how Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson got his start. He was doing stand-up in Western Samoa.
I was kidding. That's my bit. That's I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm gonna probably try that at the open mic night. Western Samoa time. I don't think there's a lot of comedy there. Nothing. Crickets. All right. Good news. That's good news, right?
Which good news? That you had a good time yesterday? Yeah, that's good
news.
No.
That when I got home, you know what I do. You know what I do when I get home, right?
You get a little high.
Well, no, that happens the second I get in the car in the parking lot when I'm leaving there. No, I go to YouTube. Why? Because I like to see the news of the day. I get my news from YouTube.
That explains a lot of the anger and rage.
But what I found out is, and this is because I've been hearing people say, well, MAGA is turning on Trump. And I'm like, no, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. But
see, it's an overstatement. There are segments, yes, but it's an overstatement.
But a lot of the hardcore supporters in one video saying, I hope they lose, burn it all down. I hope they lose to the Democrats. And Nick the Nazi saying he wants all of MAGA to burn down, take Vance with it and all. And I mean, one after another, they're just piling on like they hope they lose. I was like, well, I know you're not going to vote for somebody else, but it's good to hear you. This Pam Bondi thing is, Trump is saying she did a great job, but she called him a pedophile. She called him a pedophile. He didn't hear it. I heard it when they said, how many pedophiles have you locked up? And she said, why are you attacking President Trump? That to me is calling him a pedophile, right? I mean, when I say pedophile, you hear Trump why is that? Nobody had the fucking sense to follow up with that question. I said pedophile. Where'd you get Trump from?
Right.
But but they're all kind of realizing. One thing conspiracy theorists hate is to feel like there's a cover up and they've been lied to in their conspiracy thing, and that's what they're feeling like. Oh, you said you were gonna expose that all, and now you're playing whatever the fuck she did in front of Congress. So they're turning on them. Now I don't. You're right. It's a segment, but it's a segment of influential people, the people they follow. So I think that.
Yeah, that's just. But you look at like what's his face, Johnson,
Yeah.
Speaker of the House Johnson. He's not backing away from Trump. He's cuddling up even closer. As a matter of fact, I recently saw a medical chart for Trump, and they thought he had 3 testicles, but the third mass was actually Johnson's face.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to use that at my open mic night tonight. I'm not going to an open mic night.
You shouldn't. I don't recommend using anything that I come up with at an open mic.
All right. So Steph Sigma tried to join us at 9 p.m. last night, and so I don't know how long she sat there for. But so I'm expecting that when she gets here this morning, if she gets here this morning, that she's going to be angry with me, like I made some kind of mistake here. I don't think I did, but in any case, I'm going to hide behind you. You just talk to her. I'll just.
I mean, people.
I hate when women mad at me.
People pick their own schedule, so
yeah. She put it on the schedule as 10:15 Eastern time. She writes to me that she came in at 9:15 Western time, Western Samoa time. Oh no, that's Ron Kane. I thought that was her. I was going to go run and hide. Let's say hello to Ron Kane. Hello, Ron Kane. All right, bye. That was good, right? I'm going to try that at my open mic night tonight. I'm not going to an open mic night. I'm just lying about that because I lie a lot. That's what I do. So what's new, Ron? How's life treating you?
Not too bad, just the usual. There's just waiting on my mom at this point, and
that's a bummer.
That's really it.
Yeah. Wow. You know what?
And I have a show tonight. That's it.
You do?
Yes.
Where at?
I'll be at Duke's Bar and Grill in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania, right across the river from Harrisburg.
No, have you seen the grill? I mean, you see the bar. Everybody sees the bar. Have you ever seen the grill? All these places say they have a grill, but we don't know that they really have a grill.
Yeah, it's right on the river where
the grill is on the river?
Back in the 90s when we had those huge snowstorms, there was an iceberg that actually came down the Susquehanna because there was so much snow and ice, and it took out a bridge. It was a slow-moving iceberg that took out this bridge.
Where's Lou Costello when we need him? Ron doesn't get that joke.
Yeah, step by step, inch by inch. So Ron, did you by chance have you already done your set at the Harford County Comedy Festival?
Yeah, I did that on Tuesday.
How did it go?
Oh, it went really well. It went great.
Okay. Well, Max, you look confused. You didn't know there was a Harford County Comedy Festival?
No. So when did it start? When does it end? What's
It started on Monday, and the last show is Saturday night, I believe. Saturday or something.
And now you're on your way to Western Samoa for the big comedy festival over there?
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
I don't know what happens mostly in Western Samoa. I can't imagine. They make cookies there, right? Girl Scout cookies. That's the Samoan.
Look, I went and got my hair done yesterday, and
in Samoa?
In Baltimore. And the guy who does my hair had Girl Scout cookies that he was pressured into buying. You know how those Girl Scouts they back you up into a corner, and you have to you can't leave until you buy. So he bought 2 boxes, and then he brought him into this thing, and he goes, "I'm not going to eat these cookies. They're bad for me." and go. So he offered them to me, and I said, I'll take both boxes because one was Samoyas, which are really good, and the other ones were Thin Mints. And so,
Oh, the
and,
Thin Mints. Oh,
and
those
I
are.
left them. I left them there. I didn't put them in my bag. I felt so bad.
Well, I just
I,
want to say that they're bad for him, but they're worse for you, right? Because
oh yeah,
you got the,
yeah.
and you don't care. If you're gonna die,
I
you're
do
gonna
care.
die eating a Samoan Thin Mint.
I do care.
All right. So yeah. So that's the show for you, I guess. Are you happy with that show? That's a good show.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean everything is going great in life and with the country. So why? I mean, why are we even doing a show?
You want to? Well, I can't pull it up, but to hear Nick the Nazi going off, it was just a thing to behold yesterday on how he hopes all of MAGA burns down. Let the Democrats take it over. I was like, wow.
Now, you sure this is a real video and not another bait
Positive,
flick thing that you fell for?
positive. Yeah,
Okay.
I found the guy. All right, are you happy for me? I finally
He
found
was
the guy.
missing. He was missing. Now you got to find
No,
Nancy.
I've been looking for a guy my whole life. There's a guy, and I don't know his name. On YouTube, but More News Now, I think it's called. Hold on, let me pull this thing up. I'm not going to share it here because I'll get a major copyright strike. This guy, is More News is the name of his YouTube channel, and he does this video I was watching, hour and 9 minutes long. And it's very similar. I mean, the guy is so good. He's funny as hell, very articulate. It reminded me of the first 8 minutes of Jon Stewart, or Jon Stewart, what he did at the beginning of the Daily Show, where he'd just be fucking just killing it. But you know that Jon Stewart uses a teleprompter. This guy is doing a More News Now, or whatever his thing is, with like a news backdrop. It looks like a guy doing it from his home, like he doesn't have a production team. And I find it hard to believe he has this hour and 9 minute thing on a teleprompter. Didn't say or whoa ever once. Just like very articulate, very like on the money, brilliant comedy. Do you know who this guy is? Have you seen him? I'll share a picture of him, and maybe you could.
You never heard of him?
Hold on, let me show a picture when I can.
No, I don't think I have either.
It was killing me. Like, how could this guy be this good? Yeah. How do I share this? Damn it! I'm so technically. I need a producer. Speaking of producers,
I don't understand. Why do you think he doesn't have a teleprompter?
Because it does. It's an hour and 9 minutes long. And first of all, when you're playing clips like that, and the timing gets off, you need to adjust it. Like sometimes that's what
you can manually advance your teleprompter. It doesn't have to be automatic.
I get it, but he's not doing any of that stuff. He's all alone there.
How do you know?
Well, I don't know that he's all alone, but he's not doing anything with his hands or any of that stuff. He's not like manually adjusting the stuff. So but it looks like the whole thing. Are you showing? Am I showing him? No, I'm not even showing him.
Yeah, you see him, don't you, Ron? Oh,
this guy. So, but you know,
He looks like Charlie Day.
the guy is really, and I don't know what his name is, but he's brilliant. I mean, this whole thing is about taking down Ben Shapiro, and he pulls in some Nick the Nazi stuff and Tucker Carlson stuff and all that kind of stuff, but there's no giving him a little boost there. But the guy is really good, but my point was Jon Stewart kills it for 5 to 8 minutes or something. This is an hour and 9 minutes, and I stuck with it all, and it was as good as the best Jon Stewart, which is saying a lot. Jon Stewart's fucking brilliant, and this guy was brilliant for an hour and 9 minutes. So good for him. I mean, just to be able to do that for an hour and 9 minutes, like I couldn't believe, like when I first saw it, this is an hour and 9 minutes. I'm not going to make it through 3 minutes. I stuck with the whole fucking thing. I was ready to go to bed, and I was like, no, I got to keep watching this. It's too fucking good. Really good stuff. And apparently he does that a lot. And he's got, I don't know, 500,000 views on that video, which is not like massive numbers in terms of the big channels on YouTube, but it's fucking a lot from my perspective. 500,000 on that one video that's been out a couple of days. So. But I'm like, how is this guy not more famous if he's this good? You know, and how is he not the host of the Daily Show now? If he can do that for an hour and 9 minutes, be as good as Jon Stewart is at his best, and that's not an exaggeration. So I urge people to go check that out. More News Now is the name.
Yeah, I've been
More News. I'm sorry.
I've been checking out these videos by this channel called Voidzilla, and this guy has been going through the Epstein files. So every little episode that he does, he'll pull out he'll go through it and talk about, like, you know, whoever is on that horrible page that he's on at the time.
This guy's name is Cody Johnson, by the way, and he probably does. It probably is scripted because there is a team of people on this production. Executive producer, directed by, written by, so they have to. It is it was blowing me away but even with a teleprompter, you know, you see me trying to read a wine commercial, and I don't get through it without this guy was just.
Well, you wear glasses that are so thick that you probably he probably may have better eyesight.
Why are you picking up my glasses?
I'm not picking on your glasses. You talk about how difficult it is for you to read, and you do this. You know, you go. So I'm just saying it's easier to read a teleprompter if you don't have to keep doing this. You don't have to keep adjusting your distance.
You're a bully picking on my glasses. I don't know. I'm gonna have to start an anti-bullying campaign.
Good morning, Ann in California.
Are you guys superstitious at all? No.
I'm not going to lie. I think I am. I know I am a little bit. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be superstitious at all, because every superstition that I've had to face and overcome in moments. But I still have. I don't know if it's superstition. No, it's habits. I have habits. They're not superstitions. I have habits that I do to kind of ease the moment.
Yeah, habits. Habits are not superstitions. I got the only superstition I ever had. I used to have to wear this bolo on every gig, and if I didn't wear the bolo, the gig was going to be a disaster. But I don't know how that got in my head, but it was my lucky bolo. It was going to get me through the gig, no matter what, and it did for years and years and years. And then I forgot to bring it. And then I was panicking, and the gig went well, and that killed my superstition on that. But the other, like the standard stupid stitions, breaking a mirror, you're gonna have 7 years bad luck. Friday the 13th, there's a whole thing about how Friday the 13th came about, but I don't remember it right now. But
depending on it depends. I think some of it's related to.
Why are you making fun of my depends?
Some of it depends on, I think one of the myths is to do with the apostles, the 13th apostle or something, because Judas betrayed Jesus. Knock
on wood. You know what? I've done that, but I don't know why I did that. I don't know.
Yeah, or like the people that do like the salt over the shoulder.
Yeah, the salt over the shoulder. Oh, I got it in my eye. Yeah, I don't know. Friday the 13th, though. I didn't. What's gonna happen? What's the worst that could happen?
I think it's just how people cope. It's just another coping mechanism.
Right? Yeah. So so there's nothing bad's gonna happen today, right?
Yeah. But then if it does, I mean, do you spiral out of control?
If it does, has nothing to do with today being Friday the 13th. It just happened. Because now the only way, I take that back. Something bad could happen today because it's Friday the 13th, in the sense that somebody's driving along and they realize today's the 13th, and they go, "Shit, I'm late for my doctor's appointment," and then they try to make a U-turn real quick, without realizing that they should have signaled, and then they have an accident because it's Friday the 13th, and they forgot they had a doctor's appointment or something like that.
Or what if you on this Friday the 13th you go to a casino and you hit big? Then wouldn't you almost be inclined to say 13 is my lucky number now?
Yeah, and then somebody robs you on the way out of the casino, kills you, puts you in the hospital and takes your money. And then says, "Damn it! If I hadn't had all that good luck, I wouldn't have this bad luck."
We can always count on GD for the bright side and the opposite.
Yeah, but then again, maybe that person after they robbed you is running, then they get hit by a car trying to leave, and you just pick up your cash and leave them there to die.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then the police give you a ticket for, first of all, leaving the scene of an accident, not administering first aid because of the Good Samaritan law, and the fine is just the amount of money that you won at the casino.
I'm glad you guys brought up the casino stuff because there's a Jake's 58, which is a
that's a
Native American
right?
casino here on Long Island.
Okay.
But it's supposedly run by the people from the Poospatuck. But last night there was we have these ice ice spotters. You know, you got ice spotters of where you are, like ice has been seen in this town. Look out for ice. Ice last night, there was a thing. Ice has been spotted in Mastic Beach, Poospatuck, and people were like, "Oh yeah, there's tons of them down there. Go get." First of all, they're not illegal aliens, supposedly. Oh, supposedly, I don't know. They're Native Americans. So, but now that's going to kill. Everybody's going to not want to go down there, and they're going to kill my weed business there. I can't have.
Well, the prices will come down, and you'll make out like a bandit.
You think?
I don't know.
How does this work? Because this is not supply and demand. This is supply and risk. Like now you got to because I'm not going to go there. I'm going to get beat up again. I'm not going to get jumped by ice. Now, not everybody. Keep in mind that not everybody is like you, a Superman, Bruce Lee, who can beat up 50 ICE agents with a single flick of your finger, like you can. Some people actually have to get beat up by them, and so that's going to stop people from going there. It's going to stop me from going there.
Okay. So what's your question? What do you mean? So what's your
how
question?
Does that affect prices? The price, supply and demand. This is supply and risk. This is
not everybody will be afraid to go down there. Okay, so there's some people go like, okay, we're going to lower our prices, and people go like, okay, cool, I'll go.
What if they start taking? Because they don't care.
What if a meteor hits the Antarctic and icebergs make tidal waves and tsunamis?
Well, they're going there to take brown and black people, and all these people who own the shops are brown and black people. So I'm just thinking they're going to take all the business owners and all the people working in the shops and that.
You just said that they were all. You said it's the Native Americans, right?
They don't care. I'm not Hispanic. They thought I look Hispanic enough. That's all that mattered to them. And if it weren't for that one guy who saved my ass, I would be in fucking Honduras right now or Alligator Alcatraz or something.
But that's warmer, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a warmer climate, better for your bones.
I don't know about that. They got them chained together like human meat, right?
So you get to meet a new friend.
By the way, I think I heard Jamie Raskin drop a F-bomb last night. I don't think he meant to, and I meant to go back and listen to it and verify. Did he just say an F-bomb? But he was on with Brian Tyler Cohen. Is that his name? Brian Tyler Cohen. And he went to an ICE facility unannounced, and they tried to stop him originally. And then he finally got to look inside, and he was saying what terrible conditions they had. With the $75 million budget or whatever they have, they should be able to make sure that people are treated a little better than the way they're treating them there. So all that kind of stuff. But I'm worried about Poospatuck. That's the bottom line. They're going to take away all those people. You look Hispanic enough to me. Well, I'm not. It doesn't matter. We'll check that out once we get you to Alligator Alcatraz.
I don't think Holcomb will allow that to happen. I think she'll go down there. She'll put her body between the her constituents and the ICE agents, and she'll protect them.
Who?
The Governor Hochul. Your governor, New York governor.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. She don't come
I don't
forward.
know. It'd be pretty cool if we could just get some prosecution and arrest on this fucking Epstein shit.
Forget about that. You
I
know,
think you have to.
the
I
Dow
think
is
you have to
almost
be.
50,000 now. It's what?
I think you have to be a foreign national. I think you have to be actually outside the country to be arrested or be held accountable for it. I think you have to be outside the U.S.
Well, I was just reading something. The guy that's involved with bringing the Olympics to LA is in the files as well.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I was, and that's what I was talking about. Them protecting, they're trying to protect the CEOs and people where people will say, "What the fuck," and they'll start boycotting and or selling their stocks or
That's what I'm talking about.
divesting,
Oh.
and then they watch the economy go a little bit south from that.
But do you think there's any correlation between dipshit Bondi saying, "Look at the Dow, it's over 50,000," and then the very next day it took a dive? I don't know if Trump would, because he's very reactionary to that stuff. It's like, you fucking big mouth, you made me lose so much money.
Yeah, but those people make money when the Dow goes up or when it goes down. They know they bet against the Dow. They bet with the Dow. They're always making money. So I don't care about those people. I care about the people who aren't investing in the Dow, but their retirements are. Those are the people I care about. The people who don't have their fingers on the pulse and are manipulating their stocks. They're just like letting it ride. Like, okay, people like me. I don't have much money, but I do have something in the stock market that's just tied to my IRA.
IRA.
And I don't
You're in the Irish Republican Army?
Yeah.
Wow. You don't even look Irish.
It's the car bombs. I drink a lot of them. It keeps my skin nice and supple.
A lot of Republicans are calling for Bondi to be fired. You think anything will happen with that?
Trump doesn't like to be told what to do. He's a petulant
yeah,
child.
The only way they're going to do something to her is something like big has to happen, and they'll need a scapegoat. Because why would you sacrifice her now? It's pointless. But give it a few months, and maybe they will sacrifice her.
If they need a sacrifice, they'll get rid of her. But if they can ride it out, Trump loves to be a petulant child. It's like, how dare you tell me who I can hire and who I can't hire? I decide who to fire and who not to fire. And then if it gets to the point where he needs a scapegoat, then it's like, I don't know who hired her. Whoever hired her really fucked up. I would never have hired her. She's a holdover from the Biden administration.
All right. I don't know, because there's a lot of prominent Republicans and prominent Republican influencers who are saying it's time for her to go. I read that one yesterday, Bill Mitchell, who was a money man behind Trump. He put a lot of money into Trump, and he's saying. So I agree that Trump doesn't like to be told what to do, but he doesn't like people not giving him money, right? He likes to keep people.
But that's why he's got the scams going. He doesn't care about every dollar.
I think you're wrong there.
No, there's some things he doesn't.
I think he cares about every penny, and even though he got rid of pennies, he still cares about them.
I think if he makes more money from his crypto, he's like, okay, he's fine with that guy leaving, because Trump also gets off on making them come back on bended knee or whatever that Indian place was. Wounded knee. He wants them back on wounded knee. So.
What about the Minneapolis thing? It seems like are they just done? I mean, they're saying they're pulling ice out of Minneapolis, Minnesota now. Is it because there's just no more fish to catch in that barrel? Well,
there wasn't many fish to catch in that barrel to begin with.
I know there were, but
yeah. So I mean, if they were actually trying to catch fish, they'd have gone to Texas or Florida, where they have like 20 times the, maybe 3 million undocumented workers, as opposed to the relative handful in Minneapolis. So
Yeah, that's exactly my point, though. So there's not a lot of left to get there. Is that the reason
They didn't go there to
or,
get immigrants. That's not why they went there. They went there to get voting data. They went there to punish
they
them.
didn't get their voting data though, right? From
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know what they got. I don't know what I don't know what deals were cut behind.
Well, that's the question. Why are they actually pulling out? Is it because
Holman
of
says,
public
they got what they
pressure,
wanted,
or is it because there's just nothing left for them to get there?
Holman made the statement they got what they wanted. So I don't know.
He did? That's what he said? I got
He
what
said
I wanted?
they got what they wanted. Now, I don't know, because sometimes they claim they got what they wanted when they didn't get anything. It's like when Trump talks about he got what he wanted from Greenland. The very thing that he said he got, we already had. We already have bases on Greenland. You know, they're part
They
of
got
NATO.
what they wanted, but then now there's so much bad PR around it, and they've pissed everybody off on both sides of the aisle besides the hardcores. So
Right.
You know, in the old days when
I think
politics,
even the hardcores. I mean, what else?
in the old days when politics was a little bit more civil, there's a saying: if you're pissing off people on both sides, you know you're doing something right. That's what they used to say, and I don't think now when they say you're doing something right, they mean right wing.
yeah, I don't think that applies anymore.
Well, yeah, when they say you're doing something right, they mean you're doing something far right.
In the news, the Rev was talking about this Carl. What was Carl's last name? The white supremacist guy. I forget his last name now. Trump.
Jeremy Carl.
He's in front of Congress and trying to justify his white culture statements, right?
Right.
And like he never was asked that question before. It was like, well, the music for one thing. I mean, you're gonna go with white music. You want to keep. I don't think you're gonna lose even the Republicans when you. I mean, Pat Boone, is it what is the white music you want to save as part of our culture? The Osmonds? I mean, come on, look, you picked your very first thing out of your mouth was the worst thing white people have contributed to. I mean, what is the white music? I don't think we really want to save that.
They play some pretty funky music for white boys.
Yeah, but white music is not what we want the cultural identity of America to be. There might be one or two decent white artists, but for the most part, and I think almost everybody would agree with this. You'd have to be crazy not to. Most of the good music comes from multicultural, from Black, Hispanic, even like the dirt people from Europe. Not the whitest whites of Europe, but so most of the pure white bread music is the worst music fucking going. That was his first thing, and then he said white food. I mean, what about I mean, he was struggling. Those are the only two things he could come up with: the music and the food. Now, what is white food?
Mayonnaise and potatoes.
There you go.
Yeah, mayonnaise, white bread.
And if you come down
mayonnaise, Wonder Bread, and potatoes.
I think there's a reason there's so many different kind of Mexican and Italian and whatever, all these kind of restaurants, is that nobody wants. He was talking about saving the Irish and Scottish heritage. It was like
he also said that it was part of his job to say some of those things. Some of those things he said because it was part of his job.
I just wish they have to rebrand. They can't call themselves white supremacists.
He doesn't call himself a white supremacist. He calls
but they kind of identify as that, and like all the guys that they put up, they're always like soft and pudgy, and like if you're gonna be, you can't be a supreme in anything if you're all pudgy and soft.
No, absolutely not.
Diana Ross was pudgy and soft. No, actually, she wasn't pudgy at all.
No, skinny is a rail. But it's just like it seemed like nobody had ever asked him that question before. Like, how do you get through life with that kind of agenda, and nobody asks you, well, what exactly are you talking about here? What is the white culture you're trying to save for America?
Well, there's a story about Eric Clapton and Prince that they were back in the day. They were at a Muddy Waters tribute, and like backstage, Clapton like tried to dress down Prince in front of all these other people. He's like, "What? Why is he here? He doesn't know anything about the blues and all this other shit." And he like challenged Prince. So Prince puts on his guitar. He starts playing some Muddy Waters. Then on top of that, Prince is like, "You know what? I'll play it for you in different styles." And he played all these. And Eric Clapton had to.
Was this when Prince was like 15 or something, and nobody knew who he was?
I guess so. This is early on, and he actually he had apologized to Prince.
That's really weird because I remember
they became friends after that. Though they actually became really
this might have been well after that because I remember sometime. I think it was late 80s, early 90s, where Clapton was quoted as saying Prince was the greatest living guitar player in the world, and people were giving him shit by that. But Clapton's a weird dude. He goes from cultural appropriation to pure out racism to back to and he blamed his racism on the heroin. Like, you know what? Yeah, every time I do that heroin, it brings out the fucking racist in me.
Yeah. There was a guy who it was a cop, and he went on a racist rant, and he blamed it on his diabetes. so I started calling it diabigots.
Well, Kanye blamed his anti-Semitism on a head injury.
Well, he says that he is bipolar as well.
Yeah, but didn't he say like the car crash is what triggered? Somebody was talking about the other day, unless they were just making it up. A comedian saying like, "Yeah, I got in a little car crash." It always brings the anti-Semitism out in me every time.
Well, he did say because of the car crash, he's ever since he's had that car crash, he's had problems mentally as well.
Yeah,
I think he had the problems before the car crash.
Yeah, he could have. He could have, and it probably just, if he smacked his head real good. I mean, there's plenty of stories out there of people like that where they have an accident.
Usually you smack your head real good, you wind up speaking a language you never spoke before.
That shit happens too. It's weird.
Yeah, you whack your head and you go like, I was never a racist before. God damn it, I hate the Jews. So...
I don't remember the last time I got, and out of all the things that didn't take a beating when those ICE agents fucked me up, it was my head. Got my neck, my shoulders, my.
Now you sound like one of those. Now you sound like one of those black singers. My neck, my back.
I don't remember the last time I got a real good head injury. Oh yeah, I do. When I was 12 years old and I ran into the truck. My bike.
The reason why you don't remember getting a real good head injury because you got a real good head injury.
Could be. That could definitely be. Could play a part in it.
I mean, I've had 12 concussions, and it took me a long time to recover from them.
Maybe we had 13, and you just don't remember the 13th one. How about that? You want to play that
document it. So if there was a 13th, it wasn't documented.
You want to play that game? Well, you don't know. How do you know?
I've seen my documented report. I do know my medical history.
You do? Yeah. You want to share it here? What is the that law, that the HIPAA thing? You want to break HIPAA protocol and just
I wouldn't be breaking HIPAA if I said it. It's
my medical record. You break a HIPAA. No, I'd
break a HIPAA trying to get up. I'd break a HIPAA getting up out of this chair to get my medical records.
All right. What is it? The Umbrella Team. Hi, Matt. We'll fly you with what? The Umbrella Team? Now they want to send me an umbrella. Over a week ago, probably 2 weeks ago, I got sent this thing. You know how everyone, we want to do a collaboration with you. We'll send you a product. You do. This is a Waterfly, and I mentioned him a couple of times here already. I got to do a video for this, and I tried to do one yesterday. A Waterfly. I don't know. You can't even see it.
I saw it. It says Waterfly.
What? Yeah, it does say Waterfly.
It said Waterfly sidewall up and down.
You can put a drink in here. Now, people use it jogging and all this stuff, but I'm like, yeah, for paint parties, this is good. I could put my wallet in here. I could have extra brushes and paints and stuff, but I can't figure out how to get the fucking thing on right. So I can't really do a video. I'm like, is that right? I mean, and then it gets in the way of painting. You put your drink in here. Like you got a bottle of.
Why wouldn't you wear it like? Why not wear it like a fanny pack? That's the way it looks like it's designed.
A fanny pack? What's a fanny pack? On your ass? Is that what you mean? Is that what?
Well, around your waist.
I guess you could do that. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, traditionally, that's how they're worn.
You would think before you send this to somebody, you'd make sure they're not a doofus and they will know how to use it.
I said they probably assumed that everybody knew how to put a. They probably thought, hey. It looks just like a fanny pack. He'll put it on like a fanny pack.
Are you saying I'm the only doofus in the world? I can't be the only doofus.
I didn't say that. I would never denigrate you that way.
Email them with that question. Am I the biggest doofus in the world?
I can't be the only doofus in the world. Anyway, so I'm late on this.
Send them an email saying, I need how do I use this? Could you send me some instructions?
I guess that would help. Like by the way, I'm a doofus. Send me a for dummies. How to use this for dummies.
They should have sent it to me. I would have had the video already. I would have used it on stage. Because a lot of times comedians don't have a place to put their drinks. You know, they set it on a stool. They set it on.
Yeah, they market this thing for joggers. Like there's so many other uses for it. Like I'm gonna try and use it.
You get the little thing. You put your notes in it. So you can go in there, you can get your jokes out the front.
Yeah, the only thing that is a little weird is the pocket for the drink is. That's it. Where my hand goes. Now the people jogging, they have these big, those those bottles that go in there. But and they have
what's wrong with my old jar of Vagisil? I need a fresh jar.
Vagisil? What is
my old jar is still half full.
Vagisil is what? Is that for a dry vagina or is that for like a yeast infection? What is Vagisil?
I think he misspelled it. It's Vagisil. I think it's SEAL. It's so that you can putty it up.
I don't know. I got to look up Vagisil. What it does? What does it do? It seals your vag.
No, it's for like yeast infections and things like that.
That's what I asked. It's for yeast infection. I don't know. Can you bake bread with that kind of yeast? That's all I want to know.
No, but it really whitens your teeth, though.
The bread thing. The bread thing.
I think that's the flossing from the hair. Well,
yeah. So, just in case anybody's wondering, we're awaiting Steph Sigma, who might be in Western Samoa or North Carolina. You never know. Or maybe maybe GD's right. Maybe what was the W next to the E? Yeah, but she wrote. I don't know because she wrote EST.
Okay.
She wrote EST, so apparently she knows where the keys are.
Well, Steph's a grown-ass adult. I'm just going to assume that she knows what she's doing. But she hadn't reached out to me, so.
I popped in at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time, EST, and then she says, i.e. 10:15 a.m. WST. So that's why I'm thinking that's Western Samoa, because that's 11 hours away, right? So 9:15 or 13 hours away. 9:15 p.m. here would be 10:15 a.m. WST, which is Western Samoa time. I didn't see anything going on. I'm guessing the original Google invite was correct, and that'll join you at 10:15 a.m. EST. So maybe she's in Western Samoa. All right. I mean, that's what I take away from that, right? Does that make sense?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I was looking at something.
Comedy in Western Samoa. I'm looking this up. Is there?
That's how The Rock got his started, by doing comedy in Western Samoa.
No, he was a wrestler. His daddy was a wrestler.
I said how he got started, not how he made his money.
But before you said he started as a stand-up in Western Samoa. That's
right. That's how he got his stand. That's how he got started. That's not how he made his money. He made his money in wrestling.
Oh. Western Samoa. That's part of America, right? That's an American. It's like Puerto Rico. It's like I don't know.
Western comedy in Samoa features vibrant, culturally rooted humor, often highlighting family life. Fa'a Samoa, the Samoan way.
Ron, do you have a short explanation of what dead legs are for the audience?
No,
Ooh.
it's just this comedy I'm trying to get produced with The Rock and Kevin Hart. That's all.
Samoan stand-up comedy. There's a ton of this. Obviously, Samoan comedy is big.
And the
Samoan
meaning of
Comedy
the shirt.
Festival.
What is the meaning? What shirt?
She meant short.
No.
Short, yeah.
This is not nice.
I don't know when Matt is going to start believing me when I make up these stories. I don't. I told you that there was a big thriving comedy scene there, and that's how The Rock got started.
No, The Rock isn't mentioned in any of this stuff.
Well, I didn't say that he was. I didn't say he was very good at it. I'm saying that's where he started. People start in comedy and don't get recognized until after they're dead.
Where?
Case in point, Lucille Ball. No one heard of her until after she died.
Get his start, and Google says, "Shut the fuck up, GD. You're making shit up again." Wow. Good for Google to know that.
I know Google will never say that to me. Rock, sure, but Google loves me.
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, started his professional career in 1995 as a football player for the Calgary Stampeders of the Canadian Football League. Wow.
Comedy.
After being cut, he transitioned to wrestling. The trans guy. Basically, he transitioned to a wrestler. He's who knew? The Rock is trans, training with the USWA, United States Wrestling Association, under the name Flex Kavanaugh. not to be confused with the Supreme Court judge who is
Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah, Flex Kavanaugh.
So
it does sound like a great porn name as well, too.
It does. That's what it sounds more like. Yeah.
It
sounds like the porn name of a gymnast, And now riding the horse.
All right. So one of the things when I looked up comedy in Western Samoa, the first thing that comes up is a 1974 film called Boss Nigger. Two black bounty hunters pursuing an outlaw take over a small western town without a sheriff. Read more. Boss Nigger. Wow. Who's the guy in that? Fred Williamson.
Wow. That's a Fred Williamson movie I never heard of. Talk about black exploitation.
And he's not Western Samoan. He's American, right?
But
he started. I know he started with Dwayne. Who's in this movie? Oh, nobody other than Fred Williamson. Yeah, ever heard of? Well, maybe you have. Diorio Martin, William Smith, R.G. Armstrong, Don Reed Barry, Barbara Lee. No, I never heard of any of these fucking people.
Barbara Lee.
Elizabeth Saxon played the uppity wife. Uppity wife. Don't they all play an uppity wife? My God. And then I should share this because just a poster. I mean, I can't believe they got away with this poster in 1974.
Can you share it? I mean, do you know how?
I'm a little slow with these things. I'm a little slow. Here you go.
I don't know. Look, I'm no better. What do you mean you can't believe they got away with that poster?
Because it's a Boss Nigger right there. I mean, now that poster would cause an uproar, no matter what, right? If you had that.
Oh yeah, no company would put that out.
Yeah, I guess 1974, different times. I don't remember that well. Something about.
Was it a U.S. release or was it? Because I never heard of that movie. At least I don't think I have.
Apparently, it was a Western Samoan release, but Western Samoa is part of the United States, right?
Yeah, but doesn't mean they had a mainland release. Because I don't know.
It doesn't say where it was.
I'm trying to remember. I've seen a lot of those movies, and I don't remember Boss Nigger. I don't. But then again, I could, and it just stuck in there in the back of my brain with a bunch of other blaxploitation films.
It says
And between all the racism during that time.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, it's like, okay.
See now,
yeah, it's like, are you talking about a movie, or are you calling me that?
Right, you talking about a movie of your supervisor, who's boss nigger.
Right. Well, in the description it says they call him boss, made at the height of Black Power movement, boss, and then it has the rest of the N-word kind of blacked out there, so you can't see it. But it's fine on the poster in big red letters. But
yeah, that's when it says like, I'm not going to say it. You
Right.
can say it, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah. So it says made at the height of the Black Power movement, boss nigger, or the Black Bounty Killer.
So do we need to add that to our movies that we're going to watch together as a group? Boss nigger, and what's the Human Tornado?
I still can't figure out a good way to have a watch party. There's an organization, a website that lets you do that. I don't know about that, but it says is a blaxploitation western that was written and co-produced by genre legend Fred Williamson, Boss Williamson, and his friend Amos D'Urville Martin. They're bounty hunters who are looking for a wanted man, Jed Clayton, William Smith, in order to claim a big reward when they arrive at a small town where they suspect he may be. They discover it has no sheriff and instead being run by a corrupt mayor, Mayor Griffin, R.G. Armstrong. It doesn't say whether it was, I guess it was made in the U.S., right? I don't know. How do we know? They call him boss Afro-American. They call him boss Afro-American. What the hell does that mean? One of the reviews says a really good blaxploitation western. I think it's probably the only blaxploitation western, right?
Oh, I'm thinking. Well, I don't.
Blazing Saddles.
There's Bucket and Preacher. Now I don't know if Bucket and Preacher was considered blaxploitation or not, though.
The baddest brother in the whole West.
Yeah, so like it says two black bounty hunters ride into a small town out west in pursuit of an outlaw. They discover that the town has no sheriff and soon take over that position, much against the will of mostly white townsfolk. They raise hell, chase women, and milk the locals for cash while waiting for the opportunity to get their man.
So the question that begs to be asked here is why that came up as number one when I put in Western Samoa comedy. Maybe it just disregarded the word Samoa and just went Western comedy. I don't know.
It has some like Fred Williamson is in it.
Okay, it was filmed in New Mexico.
Yeah.
R.G.
Armstrong. He's just recognizable if you see him. Don Red Berry. Or is that Zeller?
So
we don't know. It looks like Fred Williamson is the biggest star between.
He was in a lot of the blaxploitation movies. Fred Williamson was like the big star.
Yeah,
I think Jim Brown eventually became one, or Jim Kelly, not the quarterback, but the black belt, the karate guy.
Who's the guy in the Human Tornado? Dolomite. Is that his stage name, a guy, or is that?
I think and Ron can correct me on this. I think he's actually Dolomite Jr. I think he's named after his father.
Wow. It sounds like an element.
Actually, that's not his real name.
Yeah. All right.
I only know I know it because I was doing some research on it for something else. Let's see.
The educational segment of the program. I think this is educational, right?
Yeah, the release date was August 18th, 1975.
Rudy Ray Moore.
So, Ruby Ray Moore. So,
Rudy Ray Moore was Dolomite's real name.
9 days after Nixon resigned. That's when it because Nixon resigned on August 8th, right? August 8th, 1974.
Yeah, it finally got released in France in 1986.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do they change the name at all for like French?
No, it looks like the premiere happened in Sweden August 18th, 1975.
Interesting stuff. You guys probably have they ever seen a black person before in Sweden?
Oh, yeah, they had.
They filmed in New Mexico and Santa Fe.
Well against the
Yeah.
snow. Yeah.
Was it something like J.W. Eves Ranch or something like that? Movie Ranch or something like that.
This is
Hey,
Black History Month, so this is important for us to cover these things.
Did you know that Barbara Lee said she never liked the title because she thought it sounded horrible? So she just
Sounds a little racist,
referred
right?
to it as Boss Man.
Yeah. It does sound a little racist, I got to admit. I think the
Well,
word...
I don't think anybody likes being called boss except for Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's really disrespectful to call somebody boss.
It was released the same year as Blazing Saddles. And
Okay, that explains it. Yeah. So
and
Mel
it
Brooks
lost out
ripped off Blazing. No, I'm just teasing.
Could have been.
The taglines, there's two taglines: white man's town, black man's law. Then part devil, part legend, all man.
But that's for the sex scenes.
I thought it was nobody's town because there was no sheriff when he got there, right? It was wasn't. They didn't have
But there was a mayor running it. A mayor was running a corrupt.
R.W. Griffith or something. Yeah,
Guess what the budget was for the movie?
Okay, I'm going to say $750,000.
That's a lot. I would have guessed less than that. $50,000.
$250,000.
I'm closer. Price is right.
Yeah.
I win. I'm in the showcase.
Are you sure that's the showcase you want to be in? Matt Napo, you're in the Boss Nigger Showcase.
Well,
Wait, what?
You were over. You were eliminated. What did you say? 750.
Well, that's because I overvalue black talent, and you undervalue black talent.
Not by much.
So.
All right, that's the Black History Month segment for you folks. I hope you learned something. I certainly didn't. Well, I kind of did. I kind of learned that Western Samoa is actually in New Mexico, right?
Yeah, I guess so. They were originally supposed to shoot in Tucson, Arizona, but it was too expensive.
Wow.
Then it would have cost $750,000.
I don't think that's really the reason. Well, I don't know. What am I saying? I'm saying I think
the movie's called. They're calling the movie Boss Nigger. I don't think any other thing will stop them except for money. It's like we have a budget. We're not changing because they could have changed the title. They could have said Boss Negro.
Yeah, but
they could have called it HNIC, and nobody would know. Only black people would have known what it was talking about.
I don't know if you know it's about Arizona, but Arizona.
There is a movie trailer for it as well.
Yeah, I saw that. Like 30.
Can we show the trailer? I think we're allowed to show the trailer, aren't we?
I mean, it's from 1975.
74, right? 74.
Well, the trailer may be from 75. I don't know when it was released.
I hate to even put in Boss Nigger in my search engine here again, because now trailer. Where's the trailer? Western action film.
You're going to be getting all sort of your Facebook and stuff is going to be a lot different going forward.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Matt's a member of Turning Point USA.
Yeah. And also, I'm going to be called before Congress to defend white culture today because of my search engine history.
They're going to say, Matt, you were mentioned once or twice in the Epstein files, and you have this Boss Nigger.
I was not. Let's see here. Oh, look, it starts out with a black screen. That's
with the little white Klan hat.
Boss nigga. Rode into a white man's town.
The 70s, huh?
Yeah, I would think that would be the reaction in Arizona today.
Bringing black man's law. He's black. He's brutal. He's boss. Fred Williamson is Boss Nigga. They call him Boss. Boss Nigga. New deputy.
You know that
sheriff.
being called a nigger in public. Now that's $20 or 2 days in jail.
It's amazing how the horses never get shot.
Off me, nigger. He just locked up the bank president. Well, you all been hunting black folks for so long, we just want to see what it felt like to hunt white folks.
Part legend, part devil, all man.
That's just to satisfy your curiosity.
Good morning, gentlemen. It's my pleasure to tell you that...
Sir, you are interrupting our breakfast. We never discuss business while we're eating. Where'd you learn to talk like that? I've been wanting to say that to somebody for 8 years. My slave master said that to me once. It sounded so pretty, I never forgot it. We got that nigga, let's go!
He got shot in the hand.
Until I get me
Wait a second.
Fred Williamson is boss nigga.
I'm sorry.
Derville Martin is deputy.
They call him boss. They call him boss. Boss nigga. He's so bad.
You know that made it on the charts. I'm going to see where that made it on the
boss nigga.
I just want a copy of this
that song got.
Hold on, I want to see those shot in the hand again. Come on, that was so fake. Ah, that's so fake. All right, enough of that. Enough of it. I tell you. Very.
I wonder where on the charts where that song landed.
I want to see someone repitch that movie to like Comcast right now.
My God,
listen, I got a great movie for you.
I just have no idea how that film could be made today, or even and the song. I mean, the song should make a comeback.
The song could be remade. And
yeah, the song. Yeah, matter of fact, that song. You're right. I can see somebody now. Right now, there's some young rapper, some young wannabe rappers going like, I could like sample that, boss nigga, and yeah, the song could be. You're right, Ron.
I think here's and I'd be willing to get my ass kicked to do this for a video. I get an old-fashioned 80s boombox with that playing on it. I'll be walking through Harlem. But you got to promise me you'll get it on tape and make it go viral when I'm dead, because I will be dead. But yeah, that would be a good thing. Like seeing me try to dance with my little fucking tight wet ass.
What you do now, to be honest, what you would do is you would just walk down the street without the music and have people just look at you, and you add the soundtrack, add the music later. That way you wouldn't risk being beat up.
No, I want to get getting beat up is the whole point.
You won't even go to Puspatuk to you won't even risk going to Puspatuk to get weed.
That's not the point. The point with the Puspatuk thing is I think they're gonna take away all the dealers, because the dealers.
But you said you didn't want to go down there because you didn't want to get.
There's a lot of but I also don't want them. I don't want them to kill the business, the thriving business. Yeah, you know what? I've taken beatings. I'll take another beating. Especially for a viral clip. I just want to go viral once. I want. Oh, who's that guy that got beat up in Harlem? Oh, that guy. Isn't he dead?
And why's his black friend running, saying, "Help me, help me"?
People will do anything for a viral clip these days, and that's something to.
I don't think that name would get past the focus groups.
That would just be a whole thing too. Is like if you could get a meeting with like a studio executive, they don't know what you're coming in to pitch, and you just start to go into, well, there's this movie. We're gonna call it Boss Nigga, and what? Yeah, we're gonna put it on the poster in big red letters.
I would actually walk in and go, "We want to remake a movie And I know you're not going to like the title, so we're going to change the title. The original title was Boss Nigger. We're going to change it to Badass Nigger. How's that? So it doesn't imply there's a work relationship.
But again, I think if they were I think this is why they didn't make it in Tucson. I think just Fred Williamson and his Duryoville, whatever that guy's name is, they show up there and they get the same looks that they get in the movie. I mean,
probably.
New Mexico is much more diverse friendly because it's white people that get looked at weird in New Mexico. Like, what the hell?
Have you ever watched the show The Studio? That's Seth Rogen's show.
I hadn't seen it. No. I know it's about a studio making a movie, right? It's like behind the scenes look at.
It's something. It's a show. It's like 8 episodes, and he's playing a guy that takes over a movie studio, and there is a great episode because. About this movie they're producing, their big tentpole film, which is Kool-Aid the movie, and they start looking at the cast, and then it starts this whole thing about race, and it goes round and round. It is fucking hysterical.
I'm gonna write to Steph Sigma and tell her this is the time that she's scheduled for right now, and ask her, are you in Western Samoa? I mean, what the hell's going on? But
I'm screening my new film that I just made.
Yeah. Maybe she's looking for a boss nigga. I don't know.
It would be cool if cinema or like movies would get wild again, but it just seems like they're also very corporate and unoriginal right now.
Yeah.
Maybe drive-ins need to come back.
Yeah, drive-ins. What was the reason drive-ins went away? It wasn't.
I think it was the land, right? I mean, I'm trying to think. Well, no,
a combination
of land for more money.
It's land, like home video kind of ate into it.
Yeah.
But there's a drive-in like 30 minutes from our house, and it's still very popular every spring and summer. That place is packed every weekend.
Well, the drive-in here is shut down, but it's just like weird. So if it was for land, they never did anything with the land. The land is just is our guest here? Is that what that I just had? I was just looking for an email to reply from last night, but the camera's not on, so we'll wait for the camera to come on. I don't know. I don't even know if she can hear me, and there's no way. Yeah, Steph, if you can hear us, maybe you see the private chat. You can put something in there and say hello and let us know. GD, you're gonna handle the intro because you wrote it, right? Didn't you write it?
Actually, it was handed to me, but I can read it. Sure.
Read it like robust. What? But not yet. We got to wait to find that it's going to turn on the camera. Or we don't know. Do we know? She knows she's had a camera on.
It says Steph says having some tech issues. Got to restart browser.
Okay. Well, we'll wait. All right. What else do we want to talk about as far as Black History Month?
Sunshine had mentioned Superfly. With Curtis Mayfield did the soundtrack for that. I don't remember who played.
Freddie's Dead, right? Is that Freddie's Dead?
Is one of the songs, right?
Have you gone back to watch any of these movies? Just for like, have you actually seen Superfly? And
I didn't see it when it originally was out. Superfly. Shaft was. I watched 100 times. Shaft was the movie. Isaac Hayes soundtrack. Fucking
awesome. Yeah.
All right, GD, get ready to do the intro. Come on, your big booming radio voice. Come on, let me.
I don't have a big booming radio voice.
That's it right there.
I don't. Okay.
That's it right there. What are you saying?
I don't
have a big booming radio voice.
Steph Stigma is a Wilmington, North Carolina-based stand-up with 32 years of performance chaos under her belt, including 17 in Los Angeles, where she did Funky, ear-punching, and occasionally Lovecraftian things on stage. A former heavy metal cyborg turned punchline princess, Steph brings mutant empathy, misdirectional wordplay, and an unshakably weird lens to everything from autism and addiction to aliens, gender, and nerd culture. As a Dead Crow regular, a 2021 winner of the Port City Comedy Jam, as seen on Roku's King TV network, Steph has gone on to be a finalist in North Carolina's Funniest 2022, perform Raleigh's annual Pride event, and was recently invited to feature the Oak City Comedy Festival. Steph has shared stages with comics including Ian Fidance, Robin Tran, Aaron Berg, Robin Slowick, Sam Talent, etc.
All right.
Steph,
Well, let's bring her in. That's enough. Come on.
Okay.
Say good morning. Good morning, Steph.
Oh, good morning. Made it on time this time.
Are you in Western Samoa?
Yes. No. Where's that?
long way from North Carolina. Raleigh, North Carolina. What the hell's going on in Western Samoa?
Oh, no, I'm in North Carolina. Yeah.
So why? Because the email says WST time zone, and I looked that up, and that's Western Samoa time. I was like, what
yeah, I saw that too. So I came into the podcast at 9:15 last night because I had double checked my email to make sure I set my alarm right, and I'm like, wait, shit, it's actually an hour. That's damn it. So I set everything up, and then. Oh, I guess the first email must have been right because at the AM, and then ended up late for this. So,
right, cool.
Yay, linear time.
Hey, you showed up. That's half the battle. You would not believe the problem we have with the rappers. At least you're not a rapper. See, you showed up.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I dabble.
There is some synchronicity between heavy metal and rappers now. I'm finding out, it blows my mind. I mean, but we could talk about that later. But it was fortuitous for us that you put in that WST because that sent us down a rabbit hole of looking up Western Samoa comedy, and we found out about a great new film that we have to watch. So there's that.
Yeah. Oh, what's that?
Boss Nigger.
Putting that on my watch list now.
Yeah. It's great film starring Fred Williamson and somebody named D'Orville or something. We saw the trailer. It looks like a must-watch from 1974.
Exploitation films.
Let me ask you about Raleigh Pride, because when I think of Raleigh, I think more like a Klan festival than a Pride festival. Well. Raleigh, not the most tolerant town in my view. Maybe I'm mischaracterizing the town, but I have a brother who lives there, or an ex-brother who lives there. Doesn't seem like it's a good place to have. Maybe if you want to get beat up or something, or you want to cause trouble.
No, I mean it's a capital city. We're in the 21st century, right? Like
not the people I know there. No, the people I live there who live there. They're in the 19th century. Yeah, we are.
That says more about your clique than it does the entire city as a whole, doesn't it?
I guess. And you know what? To be fair, they are New Yorkers who will move down there because it's cheaper to live there, I guess.
Yeah, no, there's I mean, yeah, there's so many migrants from California and New York, and it's kind of a melting pot here. It's not the red state that people think it is. It's a purple state.
Right. Now, tell me how you get from the heavy metal world into comedy. Was it just a conscious decision? Just to I'm just going to switch gears here, or was it an evolution over time?
Enough head injuries.
Wow.
Yeah, trauma cup overflow with oh, well, I don't know. Like, there's only so much you can say with a guitar,
Are you a guitarist?
I play 14 instruments.
14?
Yeah.
At the same time. And that's how Steph and I met, at the same time.
Wow.
Now, are you aware of, because last week or so, that Steve Skaggs guy, he was talking about metal, punk, hip hop all coming together in one. Is that a thing, or is that just him talking to me?
I mean, I'm not familiar with wait, who said that?
Steve Skaggs. He's got a couple of studios, one in Philadelphia. I can't remember the name of it now, and now one he's just opened up in Tennessee near Nashville.
So not the Scat Man guy, you know, the
No.
Yeah. We should bring that back. That's pretty punk, right?
Yeah.
Scat.
Well, I'm doing scat comedy next week. Just my entire set is, I'm having trouble with yeah, I'm having trouble with my punchlines. My setups are great, but the punchlines I'm having a little trouble with.
You just need more fiber in your diet.
Yeah. But no, my dog, I think the point stands though that like counterculture is counterculture, and it shouldn't matter like what flavor it is. Throw it all in a pot and stir it up and see how that tastes.
I'm glad you brought up counterculture, because it seems to me countercultures, people use counterculture. I hate to say it, and I'm not saying everybody who considers themselves counterculture, but I'm seeing more and more people. We were discussing Meatloaf the other day, and how Meatloaf started out as this very counterculture type of figure, and then GD said he became a Trumper. I don't know how much.
Yeah.
So it seems like a lot of people who come from the idea of I'm counterculture, I'm so edgy, I'm so against the grain, and then they transform to becoming, just part of the status quo.
I think that's because the way propaganda works is it comes into the guise of being, rebellious, like I'm not going to wear this face diaper. I'm fighting the system. I'm not taking vaccines because they're good for people around me and the elderly. Like, fuck you. I'm raging against the machine. And by the machine, I mean my vibrator.
Yeah. GD played a short from a video of you yesterday, and it seemed like it was a rock music called. Are you familiar with the clip that he has that he played from you
It's
yesterday?
the same one we used in the Don't Wait Past Funny.
Oh yeah.
That's like a big rock hall, right, or something like, because it seems like the light, you can see stage lights way behind you, like it's a huge kind of stage, not like a comedy stage, right?
No, that would be an optical illusion.
Okay.
It's a local venue. I mean, yeah, a lot of rock bands and stuff come through, but I mean, it's a big brewery in the area. Yeah, and Gruff Goat Comedy, they do showcases there like twice a month, and
all right.
Actually, I'm surprised because Matt is a huge fan of Sam Talent. I don't know why, because I'm just teasing. He's a huge fan of Sam Talent. You opened for Sam Talent, and I'm surprised that wasn't the first thing out of his mouth was to ask you about Sam Talent, because that's usually what Matt does. He says,
"What would I ask about Sam? How heavy you think Sam is?"
Oh,
I know how heavy. I know how heavy he is. I couldn't pick him up. That's how heavy he is.
I can describe like being hugged by Sam Talent is like being in the womb full of like warm Pedialyte.
I can attest. No, Sam's a great guy. I don't know why GD is picking on me and
I'm
Sam.
Because I know that you really like Sam Talent, and I thought you would have.
I love Sam. He's a great guy. Great guy. I will have to say that I am delighted to see somebody putting his name in their bio a little bit, because I love Sam, and 10 years ago I had to yell at him that you're a headliner, you belong. He's one of these guys who he's very humble about it.
Yes, definitely. Like he gave time and attention to everybody that asked, and just warm start to finish, even though he was jet lagged to shit and had diarrhea. Like, he was like just super nice to everybody, and very giving with his time. So that was cool.
Do you travel a lot, or do you stay in the southeast?
I'm trying to expand my reach more. I think I'm at that stage in my career. I've got invites, so I'm kind of gearing up for an East Coast tour. But yeah, I've just been southeast for past couple of years.
Do you have representation, or are you doing it all yourself?
Doing it all myself. I'm doing it, guys. I'm doing it. If anybody needs a client like me, I'm not connected to anybody, but I'm available.
Right. A big part of the comedy experience is like the networking and becoming part of groups, and when you find somebody who is already on the road, becoming friends with them, and hopefully they take you along with them.
Like a lamprey fish on a shark.
Yeah. So did you go the traditional route? Like when you went from being in a rock band, now you're going to start doing comedy. Did you start with like open mics? Did you go to like a comedy class? How did it begin for you?
Well, I had been like writing jokes and trying them out in front of friends and family to their dismay and disapproval for years. Once I realized, like, oh, a joke is like a song. Let's approach it that way. Oh, this actually doesn't suck. Let's go to the club and hit the open mic, and just started from the bottom.
So now that's interesting, because most of my songs end up being treated like jokes. So when you make that transition, did it take a while to, or did you feel comfortable? Because GD likes to say that you if you've been on stage and you talk to crowds, that it translates very, very well. For me, I've been in that position of talking a lot during the music stuff, or talking more than most people do. That maybe a lot is relative, but I still can't see myself just getting up there, just myself and a microphone and no defensive instruments in front of me to protect myself from the crowd. Did you feel comfortable right away in that, making that, going from being with a band to being just you and a microphone?
I think the important pivot point between band and stand-up was karaoke.
Very cool.
Because you definitely can't take yourself too seriously singing karaoke, and you don't have a backline, to roll with the punches on your behalf. Like it's you and a microphone and some General MIDI rendition of it.
I've never been to a karaoke night in my life. It's kind of I don't know if that's something to brag about or what, but do they have like metal songs in karaoke?
Sure. Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
Wow. That's got to be weird, right? Just a backing track for a metal track, and you're out there like, I don't know. It's
well, I've seen karaoke people. I've seen people go in groups on karaoke. So like you could have like an Eagles song in karaoke, and then have like 4 of your friends go up singing it.
Yeah.
So it's karaoke is almost as versatile as comedy.
Yeah. Do you work? Do you get political during? Do you do any of that relevant current event stuff, or are you
here and there?
Well, you were right on top of the Sucking Shack. You were right on top of the Sucking Shack story.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, not on top of it there, but you were like really
ground zero. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like well, I kind of feel like getting on stage doing what I do, being who I am, is already politicized. Like I never got into comedy to do politics, or I didn't want to talk about being trans or any of that. I just wanted to tell dick jokes to drunken strangers. But like now, since the time I started till now, like I can get up on stage before I've even said a word. I've done all three of those things.
Right. Do you get a reaction because of that? I mean, it's hard to gauge, especially when you can't see people in a crowded room. Do you know that they are reacting in a, I don't know, somewhat political or biased type of way towards you, or because you can't see?
Sometimes you get that. Yeah, sometimes I'll see, just people are laughing, and then there's this, one person that's just like, but I just get into the political weeds and have a safer position to argue from, whereas they don't have to,
it's just I think because we live in a time where it was very popular to follow in the footsteps of political comedians, because there was a time where it was just a very it was everywhere. Everybody in comedy, where you saw them on late night or whether you saw them in a comedy club, they were making some kind of political statement. And then this thing called, right before COVID came, people started getting really sensitive about language and stuff and what could and couldn't be said. And they were like, oh, everybody's afraid of cancel culture. And now it seems like everybody wants to be pro-establishment, but they still want, or everybody, a lot of people are turning pro-establishment, but they think that's edgy, but they still want to make a statement in some way. And there is part of the audience who says, how dare you make a statement like that? You're just an entertainer, just entertain, make us laugh, don't. So it's just a weird time. Like, entertainers are not supposed to have a political opinion anymore, but it's fine for a janitor or a plumber or mechanic to pontificate all day long and all that kind of stuff. It's just
right. So I mean, there's a couple of different ways I look at it. It's like, for one, there's already, John Oliver, Stephen Colbert, Jon Stewart. There's already people that are hitting the news cycle on the regular with a team of writers. They're making very funny jokes about it, and they're already overlapping. Then you get social media, like any joke that you would come up with on the daily news cycle, like there's thousands of them already out there. Right. That doesn't mean I don't talk about politics, but it's kind of woven into the narrative of how it affects my life, just from adversity of being autistic, being trans, being all of these, things that are politicized but outside of my control. So rather than try and wave a flag for one side or anything, like, I'd rather shift the focus on my lens and through just, hopefully education and just showing, like, hey, I'm just another person, with these different experiences than what you've experienced in your life, and we can all laugh together and hopefully cut through some of the noise and the bullshit that way.
Right.
And, I think that, Steph, I don't know if you said this on stage or during a show on Way Past Funny, but I think you're saying something to the effect of you'll perform almost anywhere as long as they have a place for you to pee, or something like that.
Yeah, so like Florida's kind of off limits.
Was Florida what? Florida? Why? I mean, I'm. This whole bathroom thing has got me just it's just very confused. But does Florida have some, like, if you get caught in a ladies' room, you're gonna get beat up?
Yeah, by the cops and thrown in jail.
Wow.
Yes.
The penis police.
Or the vag cops. The federal booby inspectors.
Yeah. It's how, and this says more about the people who are just afraid of this. How pee and poop and going to the bathroom, relieving yourself how that became sexualized in their mind. Like that must be, there's some sexual element there. Really? Not in my view. I mean, I'm not into that.
Gross.
They've
Not
never
to yuck
been-
anybody's yum, but gross.
They've never been a woman at a concert having to wait in line, and because that's where, I mean, we'd be in the men's room, and women would be coming into the men's room, and one would stand like guard outside the stall, and they use the stall, and we'd be using the urinals. It was no big deal,
Well,
a lot of us grew up with brothers and sisters, and we had to share that.
Within the past 10 years, there was a story. This happened in PA, and I believe at I forget, but anyway, a guy drug a kid into a bathroom, killed him, and there was a guy that was in the stall, and he heard the entire thing, and he never came out of the stall.
Oof.
And the guy that was in the stall was
Jeffrey
brought up
Epstein.
he was brought up on charges as well. But within the confines of the law, he didn't have to help. And they let that guy go.
Wow. See, I think New York has a law where you have to help somebody in that situation.
Right.
That's like a state-by-state thing, right?
Yeah. But you can't, in that situation, you can just, I was still wiping it. I had like a real problem that day, so I couldn't.
The thing
taking
is,
me a while to get cleaned up.
He drug him into the men's bathroom. So if he would have drug him into the ladies' bathroom, would someone have done something then?
A lady probably would have.
Yeah, because usually there's a whole group dynamic, in the ladies' room. Like everybody's chatting and gossiping, and it's a unified, just like, what the fuck is that? Who's that? Go just I can imagine it not going down that way.
Yeah. I have your YouTube channel link scrolling across, and it's in the description for people who want to check your stuff. I want to talk a little bit about video and web video, and because I'm seeing a lot more comedian friends who are not just posting stand-up; they're actually doing like bits and stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
And not every stand-up comedian is naturally a sketch type performer. So what do you post a lot of your actual stand-up on there, and if yes is the answer to that, are you concerned with burning material and having people see it online before they actually come to see you?
I do post clips more of I don't tend to do skits, although I'm working on some ideas, but that's more for stage. I don't worry about burning material, so to speak, because if you notice, like if you ever watch a special or see a live show, you'll leave thinking maybe you'll have a joke or two, or maybe you'll remember the closer. And you'll think like, oh, he had a great bit about this, but you're not remembering like all of the mechanics of it. Like I find myself being able to watch like a good special like over and over, just like I would listen to a good album,
I agree. I mean, that's why I asked you, because a lot of comedians I know are very wary of like posting too much stuff of their actual set. I'm not going to do this anymore. Now I could put that up online. But as an audience member, somebody who sees a lot of comedy, I've seen people do jokes that I've seen them do before and still laugh at them. And it's like, it doesn't get, just because I know it and I've heard it before doesn't mean it's not going to be funny to me, or I'm not going to enjoy it. The presentation of it, the delivery of it, all that kind of stuff.
And those things change too.
Yeah. I think sometimes people are too conscious of it. Well, what do you have because a friend of mine, Derek Sheen, last night, he's very prolific, but he said, I need a social media manager. He's hiring a social media manager because he's putting out that much content. Is that part of your job now, or do you consider that like part of the job of a stand-up comedian, is to constantly feed the social media engine?
Yeah, anybody in the biz is unfortunately in that position, and it's not my wheelhouse. Like, I don't even like consuming social media, right?
Yeah.
Like, it is poisonous to the psyche, and like, I feel that just within moments of using it. I'm like, ow, my brain hurts, I am depressed, and I have less energy and focus than I did 5 minutes ago. Why is this the vehicle that we need to be using? And unfortunately, like, I use it as much as I need to, probably not enough, but I try to rely on grassroots, and I'm trying to think of ways to get out there outside of the box rather than the same Zuckerberg funnel.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it really just comes down to, like, when you're doing it, it really just comes down to, are you going to spend time doing social? Are you going to spend time like improving your material? And really, the way that it's changing, yeah, it's out there a lot, but it's becoming increasingly less important to have the number of followers and shit like that, unless you can truly turn all of those followers into like customers, but most people do not.
Well, do you think maybe enough clubs have been burned from like booking TikTokers and then realizing like, oh, they actually don't have a headliner set, they just have numbers?
Well, the operative word there is enough. Yeah, definitely some have figured out that, yeah, I hired a guy who had 500,000 TikTok followers, and he had 5 people show up for him. But
Right.
Where does it become enough? Where it becomes just kind of standard practice that they stop looking at those numbers, because I think bookers, I know for a fact one local one here still wants to see all your socials before she'll talk to you about
Right.
booking stuff.
I
Yeah,
think the old formula of like word of mouth and having another comic recommend you is still a valid path.
Yeah, because even if you have 100,000 followers, which is a lot, it doesn't mean they're going to come out to shows.
No,
at all.
Most of the time they won't be. And 100,000, they could be worldwide. They could be in Bangladesh or something. They're not coming to a local comedy.
Pot farms.
Yeah, or if you put in the work like someone like Drewski has done, but I mean that took him years to do that, and he puts out quality stuff. But that's years and years of work to do that too.
Yeah. I feel like very hypocritical about, because I see the poison of social media, but it's almost like if I don't continue to post stuff, I see the fall off in audience retention. I see all that kind of stuff. It almost feels like it's a necessary evil, and it's hard to break away from. So, and I think that part of it,
just like heroin.
Yeah, once you become
Well, I think that's the belief, and that's what all these companies and everybody wants you to believe. It's like, you got to do this, you got to do this. But in reality, if you take a step back, you're actually working for them.
Yeah.
Because you might be producing this shit and things like that, but they get all the gain from it. Yeah, you might be able to get some dollars, but it's minuscule unless you're racking in views and shit.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And last week, on Ron's urging, I deleted TikTok. I haven't seen any change in my life whatsoever without TikTok. And it's made no difference in my life not being on TikTok. You wouldn't even know. Yeah.
No, and like the whole, it's funny when all of these comics and stuff were complaining like, oh yeah, we hated going on these late night circuits and like radio and things like that. But you've just transferred that to podcasting, and podcasting has suffered because you bring on a comic and you'll see that he makes the rounds to all these podcasts telling the same fucking shit that he would have done like on the Tonight Show.
And in the bio there that I read, it said at the last line, this sounds like something tagline that GD might have written. It says, "And podcasting as required by law."
Oh yeah.
Have you done a lot of them? A lot of the comedian podcasts?
Here and there. I used to have my own podcast. I did for about a year, like 22 episodes, and kind of ended with a bang. And then my studio burned down, and I haven't brought it back up since. I've been thinking about doing it just because I like having conversations. It's
me
but
too.
you don't like chit chat, at least not in the, because you don't do crowd work. Because what you said, one of your least favorite things about crowd work is the chit chat, and you also don't care.
Small talk.
Yeah, the small talk. Yeah.
What do you do for a living? I don't care.
Yesterday was Dan Brown, not Dan Brown. The what was the movie, the movie about Christ and Mary Magdalene, whatever. That's not him. The author, Dan Brown. Not Last Temptation. The one when Tom Hanks was in the movie, and they I don't know what it's called. Basically, the Grail was Mary Magdalene. The Da Vinci Code.
Okay.
Da Vinci Code. That's it.
Yeah.
Dan Brown was the author of that, not him. He's a comedian friend. He's on. Yesterday was his birthday, and he asked me to plug his dry bar special. Every Man Deserves a Batman Wedding. Dan Brown full special.
So you do that while you're interviewing another comedian? That's
yes,
rude.
I'm doing it right now because I'm leading up to a question. I'm leading up to a question about GD started doing specials when he was like 6 months into comedy. Are you doing any of the long form type of like special, like hour long, 45-minute video presentations for anybody? Whether it's 800-Pound Gorilla or Comedy Dynamics or any of these kind of?
I don't even know how to get into that.
Really?
Yeah.
You just put. I think GD will tell you. You just put up some cameras, put on a microphone that is picking up air conditioning noise, and you roll it. You just hit play. Or no?
No, I mean like, and yeah, no. I mean specifically, like you're saying, dry bar or 800-Pound Gorilla,
Yeah. Or any of them, really. I mean, a lot of people are doing them on their own, like on YouTube, but the long form type of and selling it. So I put out an hour special and then put it on and like charge for it in some way. But
I see.
Are you doing long form? Have you got an hour?
Hour? Yeah. Well, yeah, that clip. Well, the video that GD has, that's a half hour. I've got an hour. I'm not even sure how long I could go at this point because it's a matter of how much stage time I can get whenever I'm booked.
And it also depends on the audience. You get a good engaging audience, and you're on a roll, and all of a sudden you're feeding off the audience, and you have no idea that you've been there doing it.
Yeah, I'll end up doing like 25, 30 at an open mic, and they won't even like me because I'm just rolling, and I'm like, oh wait, how long was I up there?
I think that's a great experience when you don't have to be super conscious of the clock or a guy, or Ron Kane there with his light and a hammer, or whatever he brings up to a gun.
Ron does not use the hammer anymore because there was a health code thing in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he brings a gun now.
He has a machete.
Take, motherfuckers.
That's a wonderful thing when you don't have to kind of how much longer I have. Oh well, how much? That's just crazy. But I think there's two parts here. I mean, I think I appreciate the long form comedy thing, but I do think that has become oversaturated to the extent where it's hard to find time for all of them. There's just too many of them. And that's a big part of the challenge of it. Jeff Altman, the other day, we were talking about when he first started out, there were 300 or 400 comics nationwide, and that was on every level. If you took 300 400 comics, he said, now if you walk into a Denny's, you're going to see that many. You'll get that many in a single Denny's.
Right.
So it's really so. How did?
Well, that was the same argument. I remember me saying myself, like just 15 years ago about the music business, and like, oh, this technology made it to where everybody's a musician now. Everybody's got an album, because they've got a laptop, and so now they're a producer, or
Yeah. The oversaturation in everything except magic, because everybody figured out all because we're going to talk about magic, and I've been talking about it a lot the last couple of weeks. Those geeks pieces have been pushing aside. There's like four or five comedians. Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Look, I pulled a coin out of my ass. See, that's the thing. I used to do a great trick where I would make a tennis ball disappear and then pull it out of my ass, and then offer it around as a sniff test to validate that I actually pulled it out of my ass. So that's a little too much information, I guess.
So what brand tennis ball did you favor?
What the green ones that come in a can with
like a pen?
They're Pringles.
There's Penn, there's Wilson.
They're Pringles tennis balls or whatever. They come in a Pringles can. But I think what you're talking about here is branding, right? It's how you differentiate yourself from 1,000 or 10,000 or 10 million other comedians is all about branding. And most people in show business never consider the marketing, branding, all that aspect of it. Do you focus a lot of energy and time in kind of bio writing, flyer creation, all that kind of stuff?
Well, yeah, I mean, GD read my bio. I've gone through a number of iterations on it, but I think I'm kind of fortunate, and I've been told this from plenty of cishet white comedians over the years that I have an inherently unique voice, like it already brands itself, right? And
Yeah.
Like yay adversity, so yeah, I guess I don't think about it as much. It's like the Steph stigma, like the stage name, that is a carryover from the metal days, which and it's just kind of.
There was a time in not too distant past where comedians would get caught up on its like catchphrase, like Bill, whatever, you may be a redneck or whatever, no respect even, or all those, here's your sign, all those kind of things. Like, oh, that's the here. It did work though, for those guys to kind of help.
I think that was kind of better for radio in a sense, that because it's like Steph was saying, that nobody's going to remember everything about your set. So you give them one simple thing that they can remember and identify with you. So like, here's your sign, or
but if you go back to like, and I agree with you, but I'm just if you go back to Rodney, that was a television thing. People knew him from Ed Sullivan and Johnny. Oh, the no respect guy, and he talked about how that changed his career because he wasn't that in the beginning, and he was just that nervous guy or whatever. And then when The Godfather came out, he was like all over. Oh, they talk about respect in there, and respect, and then he started doing I get no respect, and all of a sudden that became his thing, and he blew up because of that. So I don't know. It feels
it's like a hook in a song, right?
Yeah. But
you got a catchphrase, like something that like an earworm, like that's
right.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, and it works, but it feels goofy, right? If it works, it feels inauthentic. That's the word I'm looking for.
It could backfire though. It could backfire in the sense that Jeff Foxworthy got stuck trying to do here's your sign. Not sign. You might be a redneck. I was watching. He was like 7 years later. He's getting bored with it. Might be a redneck. You can tell he's bored, but they won't let him go. And he's signed. They won't let him go. And Larry the Cable Guy. I can't remember what it was. His thing was, but.
I apologize for that right there. I apologize.
Yeah. And Pauly
what a
Shore.
country. Vladimir Smirnov or whatever the guy's name.
Yeah, Pauly Shore couldn't get away from the weasel.
Right.
Yeah.
That's also true in music, though. And listen, now, not that I've had any major hits, but what the most popular song I ever had, people would request it all the time, and it's just like, man, I'm just so sick of
Play
doing
some
it.
Scannerd.
Yeah.
Oh, the worst thing is I was performing a song and they started yelling, "Play that song we asked Matt to play." I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
Yeah, I remember that. Like
Yeah,
I remember
they
that.
yelled it. That's what you know.
My big hit was it was a movie soundtrack, a little tune called "Boss Nigga." I don't know if you heard it. It was really good.
It really did really
Danceable
well.
with a
Country Western
boombox
chart.
and walking down the street in Harlem.
Country Western charts. They'll hit like #1 with a bullet. Actually, it's more like number one with the news.
No, they were offended by the word "boss."
Yeah.
So yeah. Do you have anything that you want to let people know about before we get too far into this? Shows coming up. Anything important that you want to plug?
Yeah. Well, if you're in North Carolina, I'll be in Smithfield tomorrow for Valentine's Day at a venue, which I should remember the name of it.
Just go to every venue in North Carolina on Valentine's Day.
Yes. RBC Joko in Smithfield for Valentine's Day 11 comedy show tomorrow. And then next Friday on the 20th, I'm at my homeroom here in Wilmington at the Bazaar for Laugh Holes, which is a killer lineup. And tickets are on sale for that. So you can find those on, my Instagram or Facebook or whatever, the Necronomicon.
Earlier you mentioned being autistic and being on the
Yes.
spectrum or something. Is that a
My internet sucks.
well? Is it a superpower? Is it in some way? Is it helpful?
Yeah.
There are different autism manifests itself in different ways, and people have different. Some people say Asperger's people are very focused and all that kind of stuff. So, have you found advantages to an upside to it?
Sure. Yeah, like my memory's pretty crazy. Like that's another thing, like with like short form video, like I've been noticing people around me, their short-term memories just collapsed. And I feel like I'm trapped in a madhouse because I'm talking to people and these are people that don't even smoke marijuana, the jazz cabbage, devil's lettuce, like they're sober-minded, relatively speaking, but can't remember shit that we talked about the day before.
Right.
And I'm like, and I'm seeing it happen more and more and more just on a regular basis.
My case, that's called dementia. That's what that is for me.
Yeah, but in 30-something, 40-something year olds,
How old do you think I am? I'm only 26.
I believe it. I'm
I've
a
led a
bit
hard
face
life.
blind, so that's one of my autistic setbacks is like I'm not good with names or faces, so I just have to remember the vibe and the conversation we had when we met.
Yeah. But some people wouldn't know you. I'm just saying this like I know people wouldn't know you're autistic unless you told them that, right? Like,
sometimes, yeah. I mean, I get that a lot. Like, well, you don't look autistic, and it's like, I'm not sure how that is supposed to look, and that's
supposed to have a scarlet. You're supposed to have a scarlet A. You're supposed to have a scarlet A on your forehead if you're autistic.
Oh, right, next to the pink and blue and white triangle. And the armband that says "fag retard," right? That's like we gotta get all of the.
Don't forget the QR code tramp stamp. Don't forget the QR code tramp stamp.
Oh well, yeah. See that is kind of a marketing gimmick I've been exploring.
Yeah, and in my case, I did a party. I did a party a couple of months ago, and the booker said that people complained that I was stoned, and I wasn't stoned. I would have been better off if I was stoned, but it just comes across as being I'm just naturally different.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes people will mistake. Oh, he must be stoned. No, I look stoned when I'm straight. When I'm stoned, I'm actually much more under control and much more normal.
Oh, see, I've had people say that they thought that I didn't like them, or that I was like angry all the time, or just mean or rude, and it's like, nope, just autistic. Like,
Yeah.
I just have this one mode. Like, there's not like what you hear, what you see, that's what you get. Like, I don't have there's not subtext to read into what I'm saying. I'm being very literal, you know. And so that's kind of a superpower in that, people don't tend to think, people tend to trust me more often because they know I blurt shit out regardless of whether or not it's inappropriate.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you the truth, how I see it, because I don't have any reason not to.
Do you get a lot of grief? Because if I am too brutally honest with people and don't hold back or look for a polite way to say something, I will get a lot of just anger. It would cause a lot of anger.
Well, that's the difference, because like brutally, when someone's like, I'm brutally honest, that's code for well, I'm an asshole, but you should forgive me because I'm being upfront about it.
Right.
like I'm honest, but if I have something negative or deconstructive to say, I'm always going to pair it with something constructive as well. So there's balance there. I'm not just going to deconstruct and tear down, because that doesn't serve any good for anybody.
Yeah. I appreciate honesty and criticism. I actually appreciate criticism, even if it doesn't come from a place of wanting to be helpful. Sometimes it can point out stuff that you're avoiding about yourself that is true, and even though it hurts a little bit, you got to look at that and say, you know what, I could improve on that. And
right.
So I do appreciate that. I want to ask you. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, except for that criticism, or it's just like, yeah, that song sucks, or your face sucks, or this, it's just bad. And then there's, yeah, but how? Why is it? What do you mean? Like, what's wrong? You just, oh, you just don't like it. Okay, well, that's not actionable. It's just negative.
Well, that's kind of segue into what I want to talk to you about, because one of the names that GD read in your bio, Robin Tran, she has done some roasts, and one of the roasts she did was, I can't think of Joe's last name. Joe is he's got a comic in a wheelchair, got multiple sclerosis, or maybe muscular dystrophy, but those roasts sometimes can border on just ugly meanness, right? And I'm not pointing the finger at Robin and all those stuff. She just reminded me of the roast stuff and the roast battles and all those stuff. Have you been involved in it? Is that on some level in comedy? Is that still a bit as big as it was? Like this idea?
Yeah. I mean, you've got the whole Kill Tony, those knuckleheads over there, keeping the roast alive in a way. The last roast battle I did was pretty brutal. They mostly just, made light of my house burning down, so that was fun. I didn't get the joke.
How did you have a house burn down? Like, was it bad wire? Oh, do you know what started the fire?
We didn't start the fire.
So Billy Joel was over.
Yes, I blame it on Billy Joel.
We could have blamed it on. You should have had invited Liberty over, because he wouldn't have shown up. And then that's a joke from Wednesday, when Liberty, Billy Joel's drummer, was supposed to be here and didn't show up.
I got you. No, it was Kid Rock. He was attacking the Bud Light.
But that whole idea
still drinks Bud Light too.
In the roast, so do you not get involved in the roast things? Because to me, I
I would have a tougher time delivering mean material than hearing mean material about myself. You just go off on me, and I would just intentionally lose a roast battle just because I would stop I just don't like necessarily forcing myself to be mean. And like if somebody says you're just a brainwashed whatever libtard, I will say I'm glad you got ass raped in prison. Get the fuck off my show, you dick, which has happened. But I don't like being mean on purpose, like starting out with the intent of I'm just going to tear this person apart and look for things that are
right. Well, that's why, I mean, when I do roast, I go for clever over cruel.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to point out something, you know, I want the person being roasted to be in on the joke too.
Right. Yeah, it's a difficult thing to do, right? I mean,
it's a fine line.
Yeah. To do it so that they can laugh with you on that. It's really, you know, but, and in the old days, it used to, I'm sounding like the old man. It used to be that way. People didn't get like, they didn't look for the thing that would hurt you, the zinger that would really get to your heart. They looked for stuff that was part of your caricature of yourself and point out stuff that was part of your brand that everybody could relate to, the audience, you, the person doing, you know, all that.
I think it depends on the person who's quote losing the battle. And I'm going to say it because we grew up with the dozens. You know, you talk about your mom, we talk about stuff like that. And then at some point you say something and one person will take it too personally. And so instead of coming back with something like, yeah, well, your shoes are so, and something, they'd be like, well, your mother's a whore.
You know what, GD? I'm glad you got ass raped in prison. Get the fuck off my show, you dick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Yeah, no, it's just a very. Now you mentioned Kill Tony. Have you gone to Austin? Have you done have you signed up for?
No. A friend of mine went on. She got a gold ticket. So shout out to Trish Smart, love her. Yeah, but no, I don't really have any interest in that.
Good for you.
Yeah, no. Once they put David Lucas up on a pedestal, I'm like, I'm done. I am out. It's like that. No.
I'm not necessarily anti-Kill Tony, and some people think I am. I just don't think of all the people that have gotten recognition out of that, I haven't seen it parlay into a real sustainable career with any of them. Then people will bring up William Montgomery. It's like, if I mentioned William Montgomery to any person who's not a comedy fan, they'd never heard of him. You have to be a hardcore comedy fan to know who any of those people are.
I don't know who William Montgomery is. Well, then again, I'm not a hardcore comedy fan. So
maybe Hans Kim would be their biggest.
Right. But
also
again,
autistic.
If you go to a Denny's right now and say who is that, they would like, I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right about that for sure.
Yeah. So
I don't even think most of the people that watch Kill Tony really know most of the people or continue to stick with them.
Right. But they still, we have that. He's never really been responsible for anybody having a sustainable career off of that kind of stuff. But then this idea that that's the way to make it, get on Kill Tony. Like, wait a minute. Is there any evidence to back that theory up?
It's like, if you want to be a famous singer, go audition for American Idol. Like it kind of feels like Kill Tony is just the American Idol audition tapes and then just expanded on that, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's laugh at the people that don't have self-awareness and think they're great, but they're really shit.
Yeah. And it's really difficult. I mean, again, I'm not the 1 minute format. It's really hard to kind of plan on doing 1 minute that's just going to be just your top minute. So for some, GD would take a minute to just set up the premise. Okay, you're done.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
My introduction. I timed my introduction for my next show, and it came out to be 4 minutes. That was my introduction before I actually started my routine. 4 minutes.
So four bucket pulls on Kill Tony before you ever get to make anybody laugh.
Right. Oh no. There's laughing in the introduction, but I'm saying I didn't even get to the material that the actual start the show. It's like sometimes I don't have like a warm up. I'm doing like a one-man show.
Yeah.
So I'm my own fluffer.
I thought I was your fluffer.
I'm talking about in one-man shows. When I'm doing a one-man show, I'm my own fluffer.
I got offered a job as a fluffer, and I was like, come on. Can't you give me something a little harder? That's my joke, everybody. That's my joke.
I'm done. Thank you. I'm done. No.
No,
all you Mencias out there.
Have you done any hosting or hosting like?
Yeah. I
Now,
host Dead Crow every once in a while. I think the last time I hosted, I hosted when Robin Tran was in town, and I hosted for Aaron Berg, who's great. Love that guy. And I host my own room every month.
Is there a different mindset? A different mindset that you got to get into when you're a host, rather than a feature or a headliner or something? Is it different?
General rule of thumb, which I've never been told this, just learned the hard way. You don't want to be as crass or like edgy as you might in a headlining spot or feature spot. You don't want to be funnier than the
I'm taking notes here. I got to figure this out.
It's a lot more about, like keeping the energy up and keeping the audience enthusiastic and just keeping the show running smoothly, and, nicking the head. And if there's hecklers or people that are really drunk and rowdy up in the front, be on top of it before it's problematic, it's less about being funny than it is.
I feel like your feature should be an absolute killer, stone cold killer. There shouldn't be like the feature. His response or her responsibility is to keep the show going, but it's also for them to be fucking funny, because then if they're super funny, that helps out the headliner.
I don't know.
So many different ways, unless the headliner can't handle another comic being funnier.
I've heard that some headliners bring unfunny people on the road with them on purpose.
Yes.
They're bad comics then if they're doing
right.
Now, Steph, when you started hosting, because it's in my mind it's a totally different skill set being a host than it is being a headliner. Even though it's still comedy, it's like a pitcher in baseball. Your starter, your closer, your middle relief. How long did it take for you to get your hosting skill, to hone your hosting skills? Because there's not a hosting class. You kind of like, people throw you up and say, you want to host? And then you're learning along the way. So how long did it take you to reach the point where, okay, this is how my style of hosting is going to be?
I'll let you know.
All right. That's. I would not love the whole idea of being a host, being the first one up there to touch the microphone, the first one to talk to the crowd. That just feels a little like intimidating.
Yeah, I've done a lot of hosting, and I was horrible at it in the beginning. And I'm a pretty good host now. The biggest thing I found as a host, you just have to accept that you're never going to win. You're never fully going to win, because your job is to get the room going, get it warmed up.
Understanding your job, your role, what you're there for, what you're supposed to do. And as people who have been headliners and done, it just doesn't fit. It feels almost like a big adjustment to say, my job is not to kill here. My job is to make everybody else look good. Your job is
see, that's where autism is a detriment, right? Because like if I'm not as enthusiastic that as I should be, it just comes off as sarcastic, right? Like I don't know how to be less funny. There's no dimmer switch. It's all or nothing, right? So I don't think I'll ever be an ideal host in that regard.
I've hated that I've had to host so much, but on the other side of it, it's made me a far better comic.
Right,
far better comic, because it doesn't, like, if you can perform in an ice cold room and get people to laugh, then that's fantastic.
Yeah, you mentioned hecklers, and we're about to wrap this thing up anyway. But I'm just curious: have you? Because there's this propensity, more and more people just doing crowd work intentionally, not letting crowd work just play a role, or if it happens, go with it. But I think crowd work is a good way to train for dealing with hecklers, right? So have you been heckled, and have you done enough crowd work that it feels like, oh, I got this?
Yeah, like the last time I was getting this was at an open mic in a beach town, so it was like very drunk. And there were some very drunk people right up front row and center, and they were heckling everybody the whole night through. I don't remember what I said, and I wish I would have gotten tape of this, but a buddy of mine was there in the audience, and he said they didn't know what hit them. Like it was just like ninjutsu, because because I wasn't coming at them aggressively. I was just having fun, right? Like twisting what they're trying to fuck around and heckle, like not in a mean way so much, but just disruptive as hell. And I was somehow finding a way to turn them against each other and then twist it back into my joke and then like keep going. And then like it's more like about redirecting energy than combating it. And so that by the end of it, they had fun, I had fun, and there was no hard feelings. Of course, they went right back to heckling every other comic that went up after me, but they didn't touch me.
Boy, I'm just trying to imagine me as dealing with hecklers, because I'd probably have I'd be Pam Bondi. You're a loser lawyer. Oh, your mother's a skank whore. That's how I deal with hecklers. Your mother's a skank whore. That's my only way out. Go ahead.
And I was at the Orange Peel in North Carolina, and I was the only black guy on the show. It was like 7 comedians, and I was like smack dab in the middle. No, I was I was the 5th comedian to go up, and there was this one lady there who, like I said, everybody paid. It was general admission, so she paid like everybody else, and she was in the back row, and she started heckling the host. Then she started heckling the first comic and the second comic. By the third comic, the audience was going, "You shut the fuck up, get out." And when they did that, she decided to move up to an empty seat in the front row. Okay. And from there, she started heckling the third comic and the fourth comic. And then I got up there. And I was the only black person on the set on that evening. And I got up there, and it was a white lady, and she didn't say anything. She left me alone. And like a minute into my set, I realized that she wasn't going to heckle me. I was ready for her to heckle me. And I looked at her and I said, "Why aren't you heckling me?" And she didn't say anything. And I said, "I want to be treated the same as all the white comics." I just said, "You will heckle me. You will pay me my dues and heckle me." And she did not heckle me.
Did you hear the car doors lock when you got on stage?
No, I was there. I was the only comedian who got through his whole set without being heckled. As soon as I left, and the other comedians thought she was done. That's what they thought. They thought she was done. So the 6th comic comes up and she starts heckling again.
Wait, GD, is that black privilege?
I don't know. She wouldn't heckle the black guy. Yes, the only black privilege I've gotten.
Because she couldn't hear the material anyway, because she hit the door lock and rolled up the windows. I couldn't hear him. Steph, we appreciate you coming on the program, and wish you great success. And
thanks. Yeah, this was
your YouTube channel. People go to your YouTube channel, Just leave comments on every single video. Help her out. Share the videos, and so forth. And so, thank you very much. We're about to wrap this thing up and say goodbye for the day because I have a business meeting I have to get to. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for having me.
Come back anytime. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I'll tell my friends.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Steph Sigma. Time to wrap this thing up. I'm talking really quick because I want to wrap this thing up. I do have another business meeting to get to. Look at me. I'm Mr. Businessman. You didn't know that about me. I don't know about me. Yeah.
Well, everyone, if you're going to be in the Harrisburg area tonight, I'll be at Duke's Bar and Grill. That show starts at 7 tonight.
Yeah, well, the bar is there. The grill, I'm terrible. The grill was hit by an iceberg many years ago. But the bar is still there in Robert, and GD is just going to be fretting over it next week. He's got
I'm going to be Tony Miller. I'm sorry, Tony Walker. When I leave here, I'm going to go over there.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
What did I want to say? Oh, I wanted to bring up Tony about this whole trans thing he's got going on with his. I don't know if you know, every single play, every murder mystery, right, has to have one trans person in.
One cross-dressing man.
But the thing is, he plays on this thing of hetero or just a phobia, whatever, or just he has the trans person or the cross-dresser or whatever you want to call it kiss a straight guy in front of the whole room to embarrass him. And to me, I'm surprised it hasn't resulted in some kind of violence or some. You got to pick your.
You have to know how to do it. Because it's not, you just don't go up and lay one on them. You probably single them out. It's like you've done your illusion stuff, or you've done mentalism, right?
Yes.
Okay, from mentalism who's going to be an easier subject, more pliable than someone else. You can tell that.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that the guys that Tony hired.
I think on a subconscious level. We know who's going to be accepting to us. Otherwise, people wouldn't pick so many bad dates on purpose too. You get somebody who picks the same type of person over and over and over again.
The very first show I did with them, it seemed like it was this close to the guy was not happy about it. The dude in the audience who got kissed by Jeff. I can't remember Jeff.
Well, that's because Jeff had bad breath.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. But he was also a little too real with it.
I did now they didn't know I was going to carry it this far, but someone asked me at a comedy show. They asked me if I would sing "Happy Birthday" to their boyfriend, and I said sure. And so I went and I said I was asked to sing "Happy." I said, "Where's Steve? Steve, I was asked to sing "Happy Birthday" to you." And so I pulled out a wig, and I put balloons up under my shirt, and I did a Marilyn Monroe thing. And then I went out and I sat on his lap and I started playing with his hair. And when it was done, he says, "Could I have one of your boobs?" He wanted one of the balloons as a souvenir.
Wow. All right. Well, you enjoy your time over there with Tony Walker.
Now tomorrow is the anniversary of my conception. So if anybody wants to send me candy or cards, please do so. You can send it via Mind Dog TV or just Venmo me cash. I will accept it. My parents worked real hard to conceive me tomorrow. 67 years ago, I was conceived.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. And ask Tony ask him when we're doing our next show up there, because I've talked to him and he's given me contacts and none of those contacts ever get back to you.
Yeah, they won't either. Long Island is the home of flake. It's all the bookers here are flakes, just complete flakes. If you don't follow up with them constantly,
it's like that everywhere. It doesn't matter which part of the country.
Yeah. All right, I gotta get to a business meeting. So see you guys Monday. Monday we have some dude who's Humphrey Hawksley. He's a author, commentator, and broadcaster, writing about all the conflict that's going on in the world and America's perception along.
One last thing. Those of you who enjoyed Steph on Coffee with the Dog, Steph is also did an interview with Done Way Past Funny. It's available on YouTube, Roku TV, on Knob TV, and Spark TV.
All right.
So you get to spend an hour and a half with Steph there as well.
And it's mostly Gigi talking about himself. She doesn't really.
Yes, I don't let Steph get a word in edgewise. It's all about me.
Of course. All right. What are people supposed to do in the meantime?
Walk around nappy.
listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen.